Welcome into Extra Time. We've got Alejandro Moreno, Hercules Gomez,
and his shirt.
Salazar.
By the way, no tie. Did you hear this? Huh? He doesn't wear a tie.
We also have Paulo Bandini. He's here as well.
I don't wear a tie. He lets us influence his wardrobe.
You cannot talk about wardrobe today.
Yeah,
honestly.
Time out.
Come on.
No, there's no time out.
Why don't we begin Extra Time with, surprise, a question about Herc's choice in wardrobe. This from our good friend Tim Fontenot.
Did you say friend?
Yeah, well, it's interesting.
Acquaintance.
Thank you, Ali.
I guess Tim took a break from tweeting about political stuff, and here it is. Question on Herc's shirt.
Well,
why?
What do you mean, why? Listen, I'm not going to take fashion advice from Tim, of all people, who only wears purple.
He does love Orlando City.
That's all he wears. And you two aren't your, fashionistas either, so I should
No.
I really shouldn't be taking, any heat here.
Hey, honestly.
It's
You can
Sunday.
take
It's
any other
Sunday.
day, you can take a shot at me if you want to. But when you're wearing that and you don't have a pina colada in hand and sandals on, then
It's 5 o'clock.
it is 5 o'clock somewhere.
Wow,
5:32 right here.
Hey, that was kind of beautiful.
You like that, huh?
He's got a very angelic voice.
Whoa.
That's the only angelic thing.
All of a sudden, I was thinking about his shirt. You started singing. I said, okay, that's it.
We're only at the beginning.
But good or bad, I don't know how you feel about this.
Your shirt? Bad.
No.
Your shirt? Bad.
No. Come on, Ali. Come on.
You have to say, you asked me today earlier if you should wear that shirt, and I didn't stop you from doing
No, he
it.
was
So
warm, by
I
the
take
way.
some responsibility. Paolo, what do you think of Herc's shirt? Oh, you can't see
I
it.
can't see it.
Yeah,
I'm in the dark here. I'm going to
lucky,
go
brother.
showing it myself.
That's all right. Hey,
I'm
that's
going
all,
to say it's great. I'm going to say it's a great shirt.
That's my guy right there.
hey, that's all right, Paulo. That's all right.
We really need.
Let's just say, Paulo, that if Hercules had your hair, it would be perfect right now.
I don't disagree.
See, we would need that hair on that shirt.
Can we
It's perfect.
superimpose the hair on the shirt right now?
I feel like there's a Photoshop happening somewhere
So yes,
in the back.
Tim's up behind it.
Hey, but hey, let's give Paulo some credit. Today, he got it all wet. It's a little clean.
It's
you know?
maintained.
Hey, look at that.
Are we?
Yeah.
And why with the low button too? Are you showing your chest hair too?
I have no chest hair. That is my one regret in life.
That's it.
That's it.
You spent a month in Russia with me, and that's your one regret, man.
You're right. I immediately take it back. Immediately. You don't ever want to spend time away from home with Sebi.
I don't want to.
I don't think you need to qualify
this time with
that.
Seth.
I don't think you needed to qualify that at all.
We have full disclosure.
You guys have a love-hate.
The reason I cannot spend time with Seth is because he has been proven medically that
This has not
Seth
been
is
proven.
bad for my health. Every time
That
I
was
see
once.
Seth for an extended period of
That was
time,
once.
I get sick to no end. So it's better for me to stay away.
Okay, one of the big things we talked about on today's show were Jose Mourinho's comments. Mafayo wants to know, why should Jose get any more signings with that kind of football? He adds garbage. What do you think, Herc?
You're right. I mean, listen.
Would you want to play in that
effective.
system?
I don't know if I'd want to play in that system as a forward. You're not going to see a whole lot of chances. And the way he treats his players, I don't know if I want to be part of that environment, but you're absolutely right. He's spent an enormous amount of money for that brand of football. I think you're spot on.
Ale?
Are you looking at this thing?
You still on the shirt?
I mean, I feel like you have to commit to the double button down if you're going to go with that shirt, right?
Double button down.
Yeah, like if you're going to go with that shirt on television, you can't wear it like a normal shirt. You got a couple buttons down.
Double.
Fully commit to the bit.
Yeah, like
Double.
let us in.
Yeah.
Let us in.
Should I go one more? Should I go one more?
Hey, Paulo, what do you think? Do you think that the style of football that Manchester United plays is maybe a turnoff to guys who want to go there or might not want to go there now?
Well, I don't want to be the guy who keeps us off topic here, but one of my top sources has just sent me a picture of the shirt, so I can now have an opinion.
Oh, go ahead.
It's good. I'd like to. Are those flamingos on it? I only got a little glance there. What's the pink?
No.
Is that a flamingo? Is that an animal?
These are plants. They're Hawaiian plants.
Hawaiian plants.
Flowers. And there's a little surfer in there.
Now.
There is a surf. You know what? There may be a flamingo in here, Paulo. I'm not going to lie to you. I do not know.
That's for extra time.
Listen, if you've ever, I don't need to be taking fashion advice from anybody on the, no, come on. Come on. It's Sunday. Ollie, have a heart.
Ben wants to know, do you think this Manchester City side is good enough to beat the likes of Barcelona, Juventus, or Real Madrid for the Champions League title? Paulo, I'll go straight back out to you.
Yeah, look, Manchester City were already playing some of the best football in Europe last year. They were beaten in the Champions League by a Liverpool team that went to the final, that was playing its best football of the season, that really got them on a great night at the Cop where they managed to just completely blow them away. And even then, by the way, I think that the tie was still probably a little bit closer than it finally looked in the scoreline. The return game in Manchester was a tight game that with different breaks could have gone differently. So, look, of course Manchester City are ready to compete for the Champions League. Doesn't mean they're necessarily going to win it, because there's a bunch of teams that are ready to compete for the Champions League, and in the end, it's a cup competition that comes down to how you perform on one or two nights of the year that are the most important nights. But Manchester City are more than ready for a run of that, for sure.
Paulo, our next question comes from Nick. He says, with Higuain at AC Milan, can he really help them contend for a top 4 spot or even possibly win the Europa League? What do you think? Is AC Milan going to be back in Champions League next season?
They contended for a top 4 spot last season, so sure. I mean, why not? He's a player who, even though he maybe isn't quite at the level he was at when he was at Napoli and scoring a Serie A record number of goals, he's a prolific player. He's going to score goals there, and he scores goals, by the way, for all the big game bottler jibes that he gets for his performances in Europe and for his performances perhaps for the Argentinian national team. He's scored in big games in Italy as well. He's scored in the most important games for Juventus and Napoli. So he's a great asset. They were already close to competing for the top 4. I think they will be again. I think the Europa League is possible, but you never know who's going to drop into that competition out of the Champions League. Like last season, Arsenal thought they had a great run at it until they ran into an Atletico Madrid team who, frankly, are a Champions League team and should be playing in a higher level of competition. So, yes, he's improved them a lot. He's given them a shot at those things. I don't think they're ready to compete for the Serie A title, for instance. I think they're still a way off that.
Do you guys care? Would you like to see Milan back in? Are you like sentimental at all that some,
The burning question for me is whether Paulos has a man bun on or not, to be honest.
Man. What does he have going on back there?
Is it a man bun behind there or not?
That's the burning
It's the half knot. It's the top knot. The half knot.
I don't actually think I know what definition of these
it.
things are. It's tied back. Like I don't know. Like you can have a look at the little tie on it.
Is that a man bun or is that the top knot? That's half knot.
No.
I knew it.
That's a what?
I knew it.
How do you tell the two?
Just hair things.
What?
Just know this.
I knew it.
I knew it. What does that mean?
I knew it. Well, there was something there holding everything back.
You knew the man bun.
That's very cool.
I knew it.
Listen, I did.
It was looking really big today. It was looking really big. I had to do something.
I appreciate
lighting
the
there
effort.
in the
I appreciate
studio.
the effort. You thought you were going to get away with it.
What are you
Never.
kind of hiding?
Never on this show do I get away with
like
that.
it.
There was
Nothing
Don't
on this
listen
show.
to these guys. Don't
You
listen
saw
to
the
these guys.
shading in the bridge. Is that how you figured out those?
I knew it. Controversy. You got any more questions?
There's like 6 more questions here,
all right, let's go.
Can I ask producer Pete, is this for me, this next question? Is that Nakai? What are your thoughts on interviewing players during the game like we saw in the MLS All-Star game?
Why would that be for you?
What do you guys think?
I want to know why that was for you.
Because he was interviewing players during the game.
Because I don't think do you guys interview, that's
Well, I think that it may be more the question about Brad Guzan, who was actually
correct.
on the field.
Oh, yeah.
And
Did you like it?
See how you made it about
You
yourself.
made it about
and it wasn't
himself.
really about yourself.
I knew it wasn't about him. Are you Googling yourself right now?
I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you exactly what it was. No, you guys keep talking, but I'm going to show you that it was.
He's upset. Why'd you do that? You got him upset.
It may just be. Well, look. You allow it because it's the All-Star game,
yes.
and so then that's when you have to sort of manipulate what the meaning of this game is, if there's any meaning to it at all. When you have people that take this very seriously and forget about the fact that at the very root of it is an exhibition. And I think right now MLS is sort of in a gray area that they want to make it meaningful, but not that meaningful, and kind of sort of a showcase. Somewhere in between is where the MLS All-Star game falls.
Well, I enjoyed it. I thought it was new. I thought it was something that was fresh and entertaining. It didn't help that right after they cut from him, they scored a goal on Brad Guzan. So whoever these naysayers are, they're going to say, see, he's not concentrated, this is what's going to happen. But like you said, it's an exhibition, it's a celebration. You shouldn't take it too seriously.
From Nakai, the same Nakai. P.S. Are you presenting ESPN FC again tonight? If so, watch out for my questions.
There you go. Because you'd be the guy asking the questions.
There you go.
Okay.
The proof is in the pudding.
All right. Good. You and Nakai good
I
friends?
rest my case.
Yeah.
I rest my case. The defense rests.
What is your case?
It's always about you, Seba.
What is your case?
I don't know. The case is that it's over. Extra time has come to a merciful end. Don't ever miss a show. We'll be back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
What about her
and on
shirt?
into
Is it back?
infinity.
It'll make a comeback. I have different colors.
Oh, great.